A boom boom.
Hey, this is Time Bomb. If it's your first time checking out the channel, hit that subscribe button to catch all the updates. All right, thanks a lot for joining me here today. April 7th just brought the new update to the game, and I'm here with Radiant and Sheriff from Hut Cartel. How you doing, guys? Radiant, say hi.
Hi, how you doing?
And Sheriff, say hey so people get your guys' voices.
Hey guys, how we doing?
Pretty good. Good. Thanks a lot for being here, guys. Let's do this little rundown on the update. So B-Wing, Y-Wing, Defender. What do you guys think? Run it down. What are your initial thoughts when you saw it?
Radiant, do you want to go first?
Sure. So I think I summarized it as Y-Wing is better. B-Wing is, pretty much the same. They haven't solved the deceleration, so that's really the biggest issue with it. And then the Defender, it kind of makes no difference at all at top level supply. A bit disappointed overall.
Well, okay, so my initial review, just from playing the Defender, I'm not good with it now. So I felt pretty good with it recently too. Even in like tougher games, I felt like I could actually play it and survive against people. I don't think I could right now, so it hit me pretty hard. Probably have to practice it with it, and I might get better at it. I think like, okay, so this is the difference for me. I could go without the APS, and now I definitely need to have the APS with it.
Yeah. I'm pretty sure like one of the first games I played with it was against A1, and we just went in circles around each other.
Yeah.
And he's a much better dogfighter than me, but he really struggled to kill me still. And it's not because I'm good, it's because the Defender is still pretty much the same for me.
Yeah. I think the change with the 6-4 on concussion and ion missiles payload, I think Fenkar sums it up in our chat. He said that basically now it just makes, if people have resupply, then it's not going to make any difference anyway.
Yeah,
just
you gotta look at
less
the first cannon.
dogfighty.
Sorry, was that Sheriff?
Exactly.
It makes the Defender less dogfighty, and they're just going to keep going for the more OBJ focus on it.
So removing 2 concussion missiles basically takes 2,000 damage off the Defender, but over the lifetime of it. So if you can stay up for 5-10 minutes, like the only reason you should really die on the Defender is if you crash. So if your uptime is that high, 2k is nothing when the burst damage from the burst cannon is so high. So really, you're not changing much about the lifetime of damage of each Defender.
And I think so. Really, yeah, you're right. You only crash, or if you mess up with your power management somewhere, like if you just mess it up and you don't have it when you need it, basically you get caught. That's the only really other way, I think. Or when people get into really like ion heavy kind of defenses, maybe then it can mess someone up. But I think mostly what we're gonna see is a lot of, I think maybe 3 bombers even might be more common on attack, I think.
What do you think, Sheriff?
I'm not sure. Like, personally, I found it a bit weird that we're still seeing quite a number of different compositions when it comes to the Empire. Like 2 defenders, 2 bombers, 5 defenders. Support's still being run with it. It does kind of balance it out slightly more. You are going to have to start running, more of these Slayer rolls, these player kills, because the 4 ion missiles. That's an interesting one for me, because it just means that they can't pick up those kills when it's needed. It just means they're going to be doing what they've always been doing, which is use those burst cannon lasers to get in, take out the shield gens, or just do a little bit of damage to the frigates. So I think we might start seeing a few more interceptors and TIE fighters being used now.
I think the TIE Fighter is good. I like the TIE Fighter. I wonder though if it's gonna be just like more flex rolls rather. I feel like everyone's kind of got to do objective, I think, rather than just what I mean. Even having a full all-out Slayer might be taking away from that.
Yeah, I think what we're seeing at really high level play, like the recent games with Randos and Splinter, is you see a lot more kind of opportunism. So when they get the flip, whoever is forward can immediately go and do objective damage. So you're quite right, like you get those flex rolls now where everyone has to do some objective damage. And if you're forward, you're going to be the one taking that opportunity and going straight for the shield gen. because you can't have a phase anymore where you do no subsystem damage. If you do no subsystem damage, you've effectively lost that game.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
cheating.
You just fall behind too quickly. So let's look at the other side a little bit too now with the B wing and the Y wing. So yeah, okay. So I know the B wing.
The B wing just does not get enough.
Yeah, I felt a little bit better with it though. Just flying around there, I don't know. It was definitely a bit better. Like decreased boost loss rate
It's
by
a bit quicker. It's a bit quicker, but my issue with increasing the top speed is that the way most people are flying the B-wing, I guess, is like they fly a Defender or anything else. They're trying to like boost and then drift and then boost and drift. But you never get to the top speed of the B-wing because of the way the acceleration curve works on it. It's like backwards from every other ship.
Yeah.
So you still are doing like 180, 190 instead of hitting, I think, was it 210 is the new top speed?
It is 210,
Yeah,
yeah.
they
Increased from 200 to 210, yeah. But I mean, when I was skipping with it, yeah, you're right. Like it's like 210, 180 or whatever, like that, kind of like back and forth on it. So it's not, yeah, you're not really riding that 210 as you would want.
Yeah, exactly. And then what else have they changed on the B-wing?
Increased shields by 100, so just giving you a little bit more time. And they do.
It's kind of negligible though.
Pardon?
Like, so it's gone from 400 to 500. It's like, well, yeah.
Yeah, it had
Yeah.
like the shields in the A-wing or something, didn't it?
Yeah.
So 100 is nothing. It's,
What is that compared
Yeah.
to the Y-wing?
Y-wings are a lot more than that. I think it's double, if not more.
Yeah, that's kind of rough. I guess the decreased boost loss rate by 33.3%. So the decreased boost, so you can charge your boost quicker. It doesn't decay as doesn't decay as fast, basically. So that helps as well. Get in and out. I noticed too when I was just like firing, I could get it charged up a bit more.
does that
Well-
affect the slam though? Like if you're running slam.
Oh,
anyway,
you were
how
right.
much-
Yeah, everyone's running slam anyway, so it doesn't. So it was just when I was running the thrust before there.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, I
yes.
was just gonna say.
So basically, that makes
That
no
could
difference
mean
because
they could
everyone is running the
actually-
slam on it anyway.
Yeah.
There's really no reason to run the thrust. I don't even know why I had the thrust on there.
The shields on the Y-wing then, for comparison, are about 1200. Like ray shield.
Yeah, it's
So
just.
that's a massive difference.
Yeah.
And then on the other side, the Y-wing though, it seems like everyone's pretty happy with the way that it's come out now on this side.
Yeah, we played some training games last night, just against our second team, Hut Peach. And it was really fun actually playing the Y-wing now. We played Gavin, so there was lots of opportunity for Y-wing farming, and it was actually really, really fun to fly again. It's much better in my opinion.
Yeah, off the opening flip now being in a Y-wing doesn't seem annoying or like difficult. it's viable. It's viable now to work with it.
Yeah, playing through the frigate phase is quite viable again in the Y-wing. We're still swapping out on beyond that most of the time, but you can actually do capture damage in it, like on flagship.
I should also point out Gonk's point too, because he thinks the buffs to the B-wing and Defender have avoided the one variable that needs to be changed in both of these ships: acceleration while boosting. The reason that the Defender is so hard to hit is because it goes from low speeds to high speeds very quickly when boosting. This allows rapid changes in speed while pinballing. The reason that the B-wing is so easy to kill despite its significant boost capabilities is because it accelerates so slowly while boosting, making it extremely vulnerable at the end of the drift. So that's the variable that Gonk thinks needs to be changed with both the B-wing and the Defender to balance them.
Yeah, Gonk's exactly right. I'd agree with that.
And
Yeah, that seems like a fair assessment, to be fair. It's not really addressing the issue, because if there's a mechanic in the game where it becomes insanely difficult, even for ICT, to hit pinball in Defenders, then part of the game is to maneuver and take as little damage as possible, but it gets to a point where it's too much.
I did find it funny that 43% was the decreased boost consumption rate. That seemed like such an odd number to me.
Yeah, I don't know what it's gone from and to, but I'm guessing it's just a whole value change. That's
Yeah,
resulted in.
they just showed that because they showed it as 30%. That may make sense. They took off 200 or whatever it was, or whatever.
Yeah.
Anyway, so I'm glad that I feel like overall, actually, though, these changes have put the New Republic in a better place. That I think before I felt like maybe teams who don't, it's hard to say don't deserve to win, but like a lesser team could win with Empire, where now I think they're going to have a little bit more of a run for their money against it when they're at a disadvantage. You don't just win because you have Empire in the same way now, I think.
Yeah, so we saw that in the last Cal Cup tournament that the standard kind of split between Empire and Rebels was the Empire winning 65% of the time, which is massive. So I think with this patch, we're going to see that drop a little bit. I think it's still going to be Empire favored.
Probably, yeah.
But maybe we'll drop to somewhere between 55 and 60%.
I think the
which
margin,
is a lot more manageable.
the margin of error was just so you just couldn't make a mistake as New Republic, especially against a good team. Whereas now I think there's just a little bit more room. I think it's just changing the game in the right way. I think for that overall, like I mean, sure the viewing's not as good. Maybe the defender didn't get nerfed as much, but I think overall the game's in a better place now.
Yeah, I'd agree with that. I think it's interesting to see this split between the top of the community, or those of us who think we are, and what the community at large wants for the game, and how the low-level players feel about these changes. There's obviously the change notes on Reddit last night, and it was interesting to see how many top teams were chipping in and saying they weren't happy with the state of the game, and in pretty much the same way, boost acceleration and boosting from zero throttle. Everyone pretty much feels the same way at that level. Like there was Shazam in there. There was who else left comments? Mr. Ziggy from Randalorians. Gonk obviously is on there. But everyone agreeing. Even between these teams who are bitter rivals, we all want the same things for the game. So I think that's really interesting.
Yeah, so hopefully they do. Hopefully the next balance. I think the next balance patch they'll get a lot closer to that. Maybe if we just basically have to translate that to them. So hopefully we can do that in the next little bit, and we'll let Charlemagne and the devs know. And I mean, we appreciate all the stuff they're doing. So hey, thanks a lot for talking here today. Sheriff, Radiant, why don't you guys let me know any Twitch or any YouTube stuff that you have to shout out there? Go ahead, Radiant first here.
Yeah, you can check me out on YouTube. I stream occasionally on Twitch, but yeah, it's Radiant Prime, YouTube.
Sheriff, you stream or anything?
Yeah, I've got a stream on Twitch. That's the Sheriff on Twitch, and I'm in the process of setting up a YouTube channel, so watch out for that.
Awesome, guys. Yeah, and of course, Hut Cartel, you guys are competing. So thanks a lot for talking about the updates here, and yeah, thanks everyone for checking out the video.
Thanks for having us.
I appreciate it. Thank you.
All right, catch you guys later.
Boom, boom.